Hello dear children and welcome to your English online class. So in the last class we discussed about the chapter The Outlaws Report. So let us just recall what we have studied in the last class. So we studied about a Beveridge report which was passed by the government of England in the year, which was the year? Yes, the year 1942. And we studied about 4 small children. Who were the small children? Can you name them? Yes, Henry, William, Douglas and Ginger. So these 4 children, what did they do? They also heard about the Beveridge report and they started preparing a report for themselves. Why did they prepare a report for themselves? They prepared a report because they wanted to fight for their own rights, and somehow they thought that if they don't raise a voice, there will be no one for them to raise a voice and meet their demands. So they form a report and they put in some interesting points. Based on that, I had asked you to do an assignment and you have submitted such wonderful assignments. I had a really good time reading them all, and some of your demands were really fun. So now, today we'll move on to the second part of the lesson. Don't you want to know what they did with it? I'm sure most of you have read it out of curiosity, haven't you? Okay, anyways, let's do it once again. Alright, they're going to make this Beveridge report thing into an act of parliament. So we should get ours made into a law as well. We've got to find someone high up who's going to London to see the government and will take it for us. I know, said Ginger with a shout. There's Major Hamilton. He's high up in the War Office and he's been home for the weekend. They say he's got some jolly important papers with him. He's going to take them back to London this morning. Gosh, said William excitedly, we could just slip our report in with his papers. It would go to the government with them and be made into an act of the parliament. So you know what these small children were doing now? They made their laws and now they were waiting for some higher official to take it to London. To take it to London for what reason? To make it into an act of the parliament. That means, it simply means that they want to make it all into a law so that it will be passed throughout London and everybody will follow it. Now when they are thinking about who this person will be, Ginger gets the idea. And whose name does he suggest? He suggests Major Hamilton. Who is Major Hamilton? Major Hamilton is a high officer in the War Office. And Ginger also says that he is at home for the weekend and that he has some important papers with him which he wants to take back to London. Now William thinks that it's a very good opportunity and they should definitely make use of it. So he says, we can do one thing. We can put our papers along with his papers and we can send it to the government so that all of this becomes a rule. So the 4 outlaws made their way to Major Hamilton's. There, in front of his house, stood a car loaded with luggage. A man in a military uniform hurried down to the car, threw a bag on top of the other bags and returned to the house. Now Ginger tells his friends about Mr. Hamilton, and along with that he also says that he is leaving for London that morning. So they know that they have to be very quick in their actions, and soon they pack and they go to find Mr. Hamilton. And when they reach his house, what do they see? They see that he is actually getting ready to start his journey towards London. So he's packing his bags, he's putting them in the car and he's getting ready to travel. William crept up to the car and got in. He hid under a large rug on the back seat and began searching for the papers. Almost immediately, Major Hamilton came back, leapt into the driving seat and started the car. It drove off and the 3 remaining outlaws stood staring after it, their faces frozen with horror. William was only slightly worried. Very quietly, he continued to search. A briefcase seemed the most likely place. Yes, it was full of papers that looked important. He took the major's papers out carelessly and stuffed them into his school bag. He would keep them till he could put them back in the briefcase. He placed the outlaw's report at the bottom of the case. Oh my God, can you even think of doing such a thing? Can you get into someone else's car and think of stealing the papers from their bag? Definitely not. Okay, so anyways, these outlaws were very brave, and out of them, William was very brave. He decided that he will get into the car and take the papers from Mr. Hamilton's briefcase. And so what does he do? He gets inside the car and he hides behind a rug. What do you mean by a rug? Rug is a carpet, and in this case I think the carpet is folded and kept, and he is hiding behind it. And now he starts searching for the papers. And where will these papers, which are so important, be kept? Obviously it will be kept in a briefcase. So he started searching for a briefcase, and on searching he did actually find a briefcase. And what did he do? He took out the papers from that briefcase and he kept it in his school bag. And instead of those papers, what did he actually keep? He kept the outlaw's report and he closed the briefcase. And we see that actually William is not even scared. The other outlaws are very scared. They are horrified to know that Major Hamilton started moving the car with William in the car. But because William is so determined that he wants to send these papers to London, he is not at all bothered. He is very brave and he thinks that somehow I have to send these papers to London. Now let us see what happens after that. Suddenly the car began to slow down. It stopped in front of a hotel, and Major Hamilton got out of the car and went in. William quickly closed the briefcase and slipped out of the car. He set off down the road, pleased. The outlaw's report was on its way to London. The car actually is slowing down in front of a hotel, and Major Hamilton gets down from the car. And William also decides that now, since my work is done, I also can go back home. But there is something that he is missing. Can you tell me what it is? Yes, it is the papers. Those papers are still in his school bag, and he forgets about that. But anyways, he is very happy that the outlaw's report is now on its way to London. He walked on for a short distance and then stopped. He'd still got Major Hamilton's papers in his school bag. He'd better put them back again, or he'd get into trouble with the government. At the car, he found Major Hamilton and a man who looked to be the manager of the hotel. Major Hamilton looked white with fear. I was only in the hotel a minute or two, he was saying. It was there on the seat of the car, a briefcase, and it's gone now. It's been stolen. I must get in touch with the police at once. William is very pleased. He is very satisfied, and he starts walking back to his friends to meet the outlaws and tell them the good news that their report is on the way to London. But suddenly he realizes that he has got the papers with him, and he decides to go and give it back to Major Hamilton because he doesn't want to get in any kind of trouble with the government. So as he's walking back and he reaches the hotel, he finds that the trouble has already started. Major Hamilton is very scared because the papers that he was carrying was very important, and he decides on calling the police. So he's not able to understand how the briefcase went missing. He says, I have gone in the hotel only for 1 or 2 minutes, and how the briefcase has gone missing so fast. So he says, okay, I have to contact the police as soon as possible. Now let's see whether William will approach Major Hamilton or whether he will keep the papers with him and keep going. What's been stolen? Said William, pushing himself between them. Your briefcase? Major Hamilton looked at him, hoping for a miracle. Yes. Do you know anything about it? There were most important papers in it. Oh, them, said William carelessly. I've got them all right. I was just coming to put them back. He took out the papers from his school bag and pushed them into the astonished Major's hands. There were long explanations, at the end of which the Major took him into the hotel and gave him a wonderful meal. William is actually approaching Major Hamilton and asking, what is the problem? Why are you looking so worried? And Major Hamilton knows that such a small child cannot help him with anything. But since he is very eager to know where this briefcase is, he is asking him, do you know anything about the briefcase? And very carelessly, because he is not at all bothered about the papers in that briefcase. What are they bothered about, or what are the outlaws bothered about? They are bothered only about their papers and how to make it a law. So he says, oh, these papers, these you can take. I was anyways coming back to keep these papers in your briefcase. Now, actually, Major Hamilton is in such a shock. He is astonished. He doesn't know how to respond to that small child. And he takes the papers, and then this child explains the whole incident. And at the end of these explanations, Major Hamilton gives him a very nice meal at the hotel. Imagine that you are in Major Hamilton's place. How would you react? Or what would you say to this small child? Do think of an answer and let me know. Now at the end of the incident, definitely he has to go and meet the other outlaws. And the other outlaws will be so eager to know what happened to the report. So let's see what they discuss. No, I didn't get it to London, explained William to the outlaws a while later. The report was stolen with the briefcase before we got there. There were some other papers too, but I bet it was our report they were really after. Someone must have found out about it. Then we won't get an Act of Parliament, said the outlaws, disappointed. So after a while, William happens to meet the outlaws, and the outlaws are actually eagerly waiting for William to arrive. And as soon as he comes, they ask what about the report, because they are waiting to know whether the report has reached London or not. But actually a very sad news awaits them. So William tells them that Major Hamilton's briefcase along with their report has been stolen. Now the outlaws become very disappointed. They feel very sad and they think, okay, now what about our demands? Their demands will only be demands and they will never become law. So learning this, they become very sad. Well, perhaps not an Act of Parliament exactly, admitted William, but this Major Hamilton says he'll do the best he can for us. He'll take us to a pantomime at Christmas. The outlaws cheered loudly. A pantomime? Wow! Hooray! The outlaws' report was completely forgotten. For what was an Act of Parliament when compared to a pantomime? We see that the lesson ends in a very good way. It shows us that children can be happy with anything that they get. They become happy for the smallest things that they receive. So what happens towards the end? William tells them that though our demands did not become laws, but Major Hamilton has promised us something. And what was the promise? The promise was that during Christmas he would take them for a pantomime. What is a pantomime? Pantomime is a play which has fun, dance, jokes and many good songs. Okay, so it's a play that has all these elements in it. Now, the heart of the story is that children always think that adults are unfair or they live in a world full of restrictions. They think that there are many rules that bound them together. But in the end, even though these four friends want to have a lot of adventure and their plans fail terribly, they still become happy with something or the other. We are also introduced to William, a character who is very bold and is not at all scared to take any decisions. His plans fail, but in the end, the friends have a very great time. So that's the end of the lesson, and I hope you have understood it well. Read the lesson again and do let me know why Major Hamilton did not punish William and what would you do if you were in his place. So that's all. See you in the next class. Bye.